Welcome to the Double R Show, the podcast that features everything about North Lincoln County. The Double R Show, directed and produced by Paul Robertson and hosted by the voice of Lincoln City, Roger Robertson.
Our first guests on the podcast this week were in high school when this event got underway.
Oh.
What we're talking about is Senior Fair. And now Heather Hatton and Phil Robertson are with me. Heather is the Public Relations Manager for Chinook Winds Casino Resort. Phil, of course, is my son, but also in this instance, the Director for Senior Fair. Welcome.
Welcome. Thanks. Welcome to you, too.
The Senior Fair is happening, 30th annual, taking place next Tuesday.
Correct. This is the 30th anniversary of the show. We had a few years we missed due to COVID and other things. But yeah, 30 years is a long time. And again, it started when I was in high school. So that was a couple years ago.
So Heather Hatton would have been in high school.
She was too. She's years behind me. So
Phil is older than
Yes, thank you, Heather.
Let's remember that.
Well, it is a senior show.
Yeah, and I'm actually old enough to go to the seniors fair now, so it's that's pretty fun. Yeah, started with Maxine Bush and Joe Delabelle and Dad Roger Robertson back when TV 10 days, 1987, I believe it was, so 86. Yeah, so a long time.
Maxine Bush.
Yeah, old time.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It conjures up a lot of memories of Lincoln City.
Well, those who don't remember Maxine, it's been a while since she's passed, but she was a very advocate and very political in this town. She ran the AARP for many, many years here.
Not only on a local basis.
On a statewide and national level.
National basis as well.
She was very powerful.
She's a firecracker.
Oh, yeah. And then awesome. Joe Delabelle was a long-time broadcaster here for a news hound, if it was what he was. And they were discussing the idea of what the seniors in this community need. And one thing led to another. You got into the conversation as well. And the next thing you know, Senior Fair was born as the AARP RV and Senior Health Fair.
Oh.
That was a mouthful.
I didn't know the original name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it rather was extended. And it was where Chinook Winds Golf Resort now is.
Yeah, back then it was Devil's Lake Golf and Racket Club. Before it was Lakeside, before it was Chinook Winds, so yeah.
Now, this year, it is next Tuesday, 9 until 4.
9 to 4 o'clock. Yeah.
9 to 4.
Mm-hmm.
But the big thing that Heather has come up with is the drawing this year.
Yeah. I don't remember what it was. I'm kidding. But for 30 years, we were doing, instead of $100 an hour, we're doing $300 an hour drawing.
That's a lot of cash.
Yeah, that is. And, I was like, ask for forgiveness, not for permission. So then when things get signed, but it's a really good partnership that we've had for a long time. And we appreciate that your team keeps coming back because, although there aren't many places that can house what you do, there are still options out there. Mm-hmm. And so we appreciate that you continue to choose to come back to us. And I think this year, what's nice is that it's on our website. It's on our Facebook page. We're trying to really partner not just with the Senior Fair that's coming back, but like Home and Garden Show. Hopefully they'll be coming back. Coastal Carvers, to really partner on a bigger basis of helping them promote their event because, it helps us as well. It helps draw people into the casino. It also, we didn't make sure that our team members understand everything and the importance of the event, the hours and all that. So we really appreciate it.
Having an event like this, Senior Fair, does bring a lot of new business to the casino and brings back a lot of people that have been to the casino, may not have been there in some time.
Yeah, and I think that's where, we really want to take the opportunity to partner on the advertising side of things to make sure that people that maybe, they've come for years and they never knew it was there. And so, they're like, oh, I didn't realize that was upstairs or whatever. So we want to make sure that they know it's there. I think it does draw additional people that, are from out of the area that didn't realize it was here. And it's a lot of it is it's an easy day trip for them. And so that's really important. The other thing is that I think a lot of our team members can take advantage of that. On their break, they can go in and check things out. So when we have on-site events like this, it's also a benefit to our team because, there's like me, and Phil and Paul, we are all in that age group. And so, it's kind of an aha moment. Like, oh, this is something really cool that we can pop up there on our break and go check out and get some Moe's chowder and do all the fun things.
What kind of booths are going to be at the Senior Fair, Phil?
Well, we're going to mention Samaritan Health. They're bringing the immunizations and doing the health screening up there, of course. Chinook Winds, of course, they're providing the money for us. But also like Zantello Law. So if you have, any information about law or whatever you want to ask some questions, they're going to be there. The Lincoln County Health and Human Services are going to be there. Lakeview Senior Living, Ocean View Senior Living, so retirement communities that you can get to know. There's also some construction companies that are going to be there as well. Pro Pest Solutions is like, if you got bugs and mice in your house, well, there's a solution for you. Places to volunteer, like the Red Cross or St. Peter's Lutheran Church or the Congregational Church. Lots of different places that you can visit and check out. So, yeah, the show's full, and it's busy all day. So, and it's not just Samaritan there. We've also got Dr. Bob there. So, there's an alternative to Samaritan, if you will. So, yeah, there's a lot of options to check out.
It is a big show, and it draws in the thousands of people.
We're typically between 1,200 and 1,500 guests. I think this year is going to be busier than most because of the amount of money that Chinook Winds has put up. I mean, $300 an hour, and you must be present to win. Right. So
if that keep people there.
That's right. Yeah. If we draw at 10 o'clock, no one's there, that money grows over to the next hour. So now it's 600. No one's there, and that's 900. So it also, you could be talking about a lot of money if it continues to spiral up.
And we will draw until all of the money is given away.
At the very last hour at 4 o'clock, we will draw and draw and draw until we get a winner. And last year it was pretty quick. So, I mean, people seem to stick around. So
They do.
Really do.
They ask that question in our booth a lot. And they do stick around because they'll be like, okay, and then they'll come back and check on the hour, and if name wasn't drawn,
well, and then they're
back.
Out playing games when they're not in the showroom, so you win.
Yeah. So we, that's the fun part of, and a lot of times it's like we have our sports wagering up and running, which is really fun and exciting, and so people can just go out and sit in the lounge, watch a game that might be going on, and just hang out. The deli is right downstairs, the gift shop, So if you're not a gamer, if you're not somebody that wants to do that, you don't have to, but there's bingo, which is always fun. And so we've got a lot of options that people can do within that hour that maybe if they aren't a slot player or maybe they want to try their hand at blackjack. That's fun to go down and just do something different.
Try the craps table.
Yeah.
It's fun. It really is.
Well, and what's really great about something like that is that I love all of our dealers. I mean, I think they are an unbelievable staff, and our slot techs and our slot team and all that. They will explain the game to you.
Yep.
And I'm amazed and in awe of the team down there, because how they're able to explain while still having to track the game and make sure that they're doing all the payouts perfectly is just mind-boggling. And so I encourage people to try it out.
Senior Fair Tuesday, Chinook Woods Casino Resort, 9 until 4. Don't miss it. It is the 30th annual. Heather, Phil, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more of the Double R Show in just a moment.
When looking for the bestsellers of today and yesterday, look no further than Bob's Beach Books. Hi, I'm Diana Portwood, and on behalf of my sister Emily at Roberts Bookshop, we thank our dad, Bob, for the vision he had in establishing our 2 family-owned bookstores in Lincoln City.
Northwest Septic Service is your one-stop shop for all your septic needs.
Northwest Septic Service offers pumping, maintenance, repair, and inspections with one call, 541-994-6977.
Buying or selling a home? Northwest Septic Service can inspect your sewer line or an entire septic system.
Old or failing septic system? Northwest Septic Service can rejuvenate most drain fields, saving you thousands of dollars. 541-994-6977.
Serving Lincoln, Tillamook, and Yamhill counties, Northwest Septic Service.
I'm Josh Zantello with Zantello Law Group, and we are fortunate to have a number of attorneys in our office that specialize in a variety of law fields. Call our office and set up a free consultation. With our field of experts, you're never alone.
Oregon Coast Community College is a marvelous entity in Lincoln County. But one of the parts of Oregon Coast Community College that we need to explore a little deeper is the foundation. And the foundation is headed up by Jeanette Campagna. Jeanette, thanks for being here. And the foundation does what?
Well, the foundation is present at the school to advance the education of our students and provide services for instructors and provides funding for programs and basically to further education here in Lincoln County for our students.
Your money comes from where, Jeanette?
We have endowments, we receive grant funding from many sources, individual private donations and corporate donations.
You recently had an activity in Newport in a donor wall. Tell us about that.
We did. We just had the unveiling of our donor wall in early July, and I think it has been 10 years since it had been updated, so we had a donor fundraising campaign around that to have people up their gifts, if you will, to get their name on the donor wall. And we have 261 donors over $1,000 or more, and it was a wonderful reception where we had at least 20 of our top donors show up for the reception.
There's a lot of warmth in the give, is there not?
Oh, there is. When these donors show up, it's a clear message to me that education is very important to them, and it makes my job really that much easier.
Before we get started, you were talking about the number of students and the amount of money that you gave out in scholarships?
So our scholarships are awarded in May every year, and I think we had over 54 applicants this year, and we awarded over $111,000 to 46 students for this 23-24 academic year.
That's huge. That's huge.
It's huge, and we're really proud about that. Our foundation board works really hard. The scholarships that we provide is probably the biggest resource that we provide to students and to the college.
So the money the foundation raises all goes to student achievements, or are there other needs that you fulfill?
There are restricted accounts where we hold funding. Donations come in for, let's say, the nursing program or early childhood education, and they come in for a variety of reasons, for a variety of programs, and then we hold those funds until they're needed to be used, and then allocate funds for those purposes.
If there was a family that was out there that wanted to set up a foundation to honor grandma, grandpa, whatever would happen to be, how do they go about doing it?
They can call me, and I'd be happy to sit down with them and tell them about the programs that the foundation offers and what the college has. And we would set something up, and it can be restricted or it can be general funds, general operating. We can make anything happen. It's really the donor's intent that's important to us.
Okay, some of the other things that you are involved with, you wrote down a litany of items.
I did a couple of things that I'd like to share. I spoke about the amount of scholarship funds that were awarded to our students, and we are planning a donor scholar reception that is on October 26th. From 4 to 6 p.m. at the college. And this is the opportunity where the donors and the students come together for this reception, and they actually get to meet each other and talk. So it's a really popular event. It's widely attended. We had, I believe, last year over 80 people that came, and it just gives the students the opportunity to do a personal thank you to the donors, and the donors to know who they're supporting, and it's really a wonderful event.
And the other item that you'd written down as well.
I do. I wanted to let everyone know about our Pearls of Wisdom event. Is our signature fundraising event for the college, and that money is the money generated from that is specifically for our general scholarship fund, and that will be held. It's always on the first Saturday, so this next year will be March 2nd, 2024.
Now, describe the Pearls of Wisdom. This is rather impressive.
Pearls of Wisdom. Well, so this will be the 6th year coming up. So the first 2 were in person, and then there were 2 that were virtual. Last year we went back to in person, and I think we had over 100 people there, and it was folks that had not been able to attend events thanks to the pandemic, due to the pandemic, and so people came out and were very social. And what we offer, which is quite different from other events, is the opportunity for people to venture around the college and experience kind of on-hands curriculum and learn what goes on and what students experience while they're at school at the college.
So thus the Pearls of Wisdom.
thus the pearls of wisdom.
I am still stunned by the amount of money that is given out for the number of students that it addresses a lot of needs that the students have.
It does. We have students range from coming straight out of high school to older adults who are attending. And so there is a wide variety of need that we try to fill, and we want to make sure any person that wants to come to school, and we want to be able to help make that happen for them.
And this is just for students attending Oregon Coast Community College, correct?
Yes, but many of them move on to maybe, four-year universities following their two-year education or their certificate that they receive.
To receive a scholarship or funding, do they have to agree to being in this college for 2 years or whatever?
It's every year they apply and we award the scholarships. They would apply for their second year as well. All the named scholarships have some different criteria that apply to them. For example, if someone wants it specifically to go to students who are enrolled in the nursing program, or we have another one where any students that are in the teaching pathway, the Teach at the Beach, that are moving on to Monmouth, there's special scholarships for them. So they're it varies.
Director of Advancement, Oregon Coast Community College Foundation. I love the line, Director of Advancement. Jeanette, thanks for being here.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Wouldn't it be great to have all your insurance needs handled by one agency? This is Charlotte Lado with Farmers Insurance and the Insurance Store. Visit our office next to the Wildflower Grill in Lincoln City. Let us be your one stop for your personal, commercial, health, and Medicare insurance needs.
If you're looking for great early garden fresh produce, it's Kenny's IGA in the Bay Area of Lincoln City. 4 generations of Morgans caring for your every grocery need. All of your favorite beverages, a full deli, meat, produce, and of course, groceries.
Gary LaVox, the voice of Rascal Flatts. Live. Saturday, October 21st, Chinook Winds Casino Resort. Songs spanning a 20-year career. Reconnect with Gary LaVox. On sale now at ChinookWinds.com. Gary LaVox, live at Chinook Winds, where concerts are better at the beach.
Talking with Ben Kaufman. Ben is the Associate Dean of Student Affairs for Oregon Coast Community College. He's a head shark, right?
So yeah, I oversee the success coaches, which is kind of our advisor, but they're actually more than advisors. So they're kind of a one-stop shop for students. And so they see students for advising questions, for financial aid questions, for registration questions. So anything a student needs kind of for the new term, they can go to their success coach and they'll get helped.
Students coming into you for the first time, the fall term is just getting underway. They've got to come with their eyes, oh my God, what am I getting into?
For sure. So actually our first step for students is to go ahead and make that appointment with the success coach. And the success coach's job is to really guide that student and make that a friendly experience. So they're coming in one-on-one with that success coach, and the success coach will make that a good experience for them.
Well, and do you help lead them into what classes they need to take, or what all do you do, Ben?
Yeah, so as part of that academic advising, the success coaches will kind of take a look at previous course history if you have any, but if you're a new student, they'll talk about what level might be correct for you, what degree might be correct for you, depending on your career goals. So kind of that whole conversation takes place in that first initial advising appointment.
A lot of the students, I'm going to guess, probably don't really know where they're going to be headed, correct?
Yeah, for sure. So we do have advising services for that. Again, it's part of kind of your overall goals and setting up career goals, and that's all part of that conversation. If you're still not quite sure about what you might want to do, we do have some general studies degrees and things that kind of help you get started and maybe take some classes to see if you're interested.
And how about with some of the older students like myself, other programs that are out there? Do you get involved with those as well?
So for older students, we do have a pretty good discount for seniors. It's the Senior Waiver Program, and that is for students who are better than 60 years old.
And tied in primarily with community ed type classes?
No, actually, those are four credit classes. You don't actually get the credit, so you're in an audit status. But if you're interested in a topic, that's definitely a good way to go.
Interesting. And again, seniors can take advantage of this program.
Yes, exactly. Anyone over 60 plus in Lincoln County.
How about if you're really looking for the credit? Then what?
If you're really looking for the credit, then again, just meet with our success coaches and we will get you started.
Is that a prerequisite to meet with the success coaches so you know a direction?
Exactly. So you know what direction, so you can make that as part of a degree plan, all that kind of stuff. So that's why we do have the requirement in there. They also, again, have that placement conversation where you're talking about which level of math, which level of reading, which level of writing might be appropriate for you. And again, it's a conversation. I know that in the past, a lot of schools have used a placement test, but we have a conversation with students and just kind of feel them out and use some other tools because placement tests underplay students quite a bit. So we like the conversation instead.
I would have to think it's not a one and done type process. I mean, you don't have just one meeting and you're all done.
Right. So it can be, but in general, for most new students, especially new students who haven't attended college before, we're going to have you go through that initial advising appointment, and then you have an orientation. And now that orientation, you kind of learn just all about college and how many credits you might want to take if you're working, if you have kids, how many credits you might want to take along with that. All those kind of necessary skills too. So how to check your email, how to go into our Canvas, which is kind of the place where you access classes. All that kind of stuff is part of orientation along with registration for classes. So those are the kind of 2 steps for brand new students.
One of the very success programs I think of the community colleges that tie with the Lincoln County School District in getting students in high school taking college classes. Do you get into that as well?
Yeah, so absolutely. I'm actually the supervisor for the early college program as well. So that's our discount for students who are Lincoln County students. You don't have to necessarily be part of the school district, though. So it's for any student in Lincoln County who's a junior or senior. And that's 1 tuition-free class per term for 6 terms. So that's a pretty steep discount for students if they're interested. And any additional course that the student might take along with that one course, they get for 50% off of tuition.
Now, these are transferable classes as well, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. So we work hard and make sure that those classes that are eligible for the early college program are absolutely transferable to public universities in Oregon.
So, Mom and Dad, if you're looking to save some bucks, have son and daughter do this program now in high school.
Oh, absolutely. And we've actually had students in combination with our dual credit program, which I can also talk about. In combination with that program, we've actually had students graduate with their associate's degree and high school at the same time.
That's huge. That's a big, huge savings.
Absolutely. Huge savings. And those are those same classes that you'd be taking at OSU or U of O or PSU or any of those four-year public schools. So that dual credit program is for students in Lincoln County School District. And those are those classes that are at the school, taught by teachers at the school. And we simply give them credit for those classes. So if you are a parent interested in getting your child as much credit as possible, please talk to your high school counselor about that dual credit program as well.
So they're actually not coming over to this building.
Correct. Those are in the high school. And one thing about that early college program that I didn't mention before is that there was actually a whole lot of options in terms of, you can take those classes online. You can take them hybrid, so just maybe like once per week. So all kinds of options in terms of how to access those courses.
So if somebody wants to sit down and have a chat, we do what?
So if you want to sit down and have a chat, you can just go to our website, OregonCoast.edu. There's a student affairs menu up at the very top, and you're going to go to advising appointments. All of our calendars link directly to that page, and you can just make an appointment.
What's the biggest question you're asked by those students that first coming through with the eyes wide open thinking, oh my goodness?
Honestly, it tends to more be about, how can I access those classes? Is that going to be accessible for me? And I have to tell you that most often the answer is yes. We even have this new modality of classes that's called High Flex. And that's really where a student can choose how they want to take that class. So they can take it online where they don't have to show up at any certain time. They can take it over Zoom, or they can also show up in person to take advantage of that class if they need.
Basically, by appointment, they should set up with you?
Absolutely. So just set up an appointment with one of our success coaches, and we'll take it from there.
I love the line success coaches.
Yep, absolutely. So that again is our single one-stop shop for the students all along the way. So we actually go out to high schools, meet with students there, and the idea is that same student is following the success coach from high school all the way until they graduate from Oregon Coast Community College.
Ben Kaufman, Associate Dean of Student Affairs. Go Sharks!
I'm Bruce Polby, reminding you to be prepared. We have a variety of life-saving Go kits in stock at Lincoln City Sporting Goods, your electronic superstore in the heart of Lincoln City.
I'm Adina Zeller. Zellers is now in 2 North Lincoln County locations. The original Zellers in Rose Lodge and now Zellers in Lincoln City, formerly Maxwell's. Zellers with great family food and kickin' fun like our line dancing. Just wait until you try our homemade clam chowder.
The Beach Club in Lincoln City has really changed and has gotten into events. And with us to talk about those events, Carolyn Ellen. First one, you're going to have a motorcycle gathering here.
Yes, that'll be on October 7th. It's a poker run for Maui, starting at the Chinook Winds. They're luncheoning in Toledo at the Oaks Club, and then for food and fun for there. Last stop would be the Beach Club, and we're going to have live music, raffle, auction. Everybody's going to be here. So we're going to have Johnny Wheeler. He'll be here. And the bars will be open. We'll have one in the event room. We're going to have all of them open up in the restaurant. And everybody's going to be on hand.
It is a wonderful event to help the people of Maui that got burned out. And certainly our people here in and around Lincoln City know what that's all about.
Yes, they do. And that's why this is so special. So it's going to be a very, very, very good one.
I believe you told me that it is sponsored by Brothers from Another Mother.
That is correct. Yes. They're the ones that are putting it on and arranging the whole thing from morning to night.
Some of the other events we got coming up. Jesse, the next one on the list is what?
The next one on the list is going to be the reggae night. We're going to have that this Saturday, $10 a ticket at the door. You can purchase them there as well, 7 to 11.
Who's coming up with all of these ideas?
All of us. We've asked around and what people would like, and everybody says live music. So that's where we're trying to spice it up. On October 28th, we're having a Halloween costume party, and Ty Curtis is going to be here.
Oh, now we're starting to talk about some name entertainment.
Yes, and he's very popular, so we're looking forward to having him here too. So
that's Ty Curtis and his entire band, probably, I assume.
Yes, it is. The whole band is going to be here. So doors open at 8 o'clock. Music starts at 9, and tickets are at the door for $10.
Okay, what else do we have on the lineup for the Beach Club?
For the Beach Club, we also have a Christmas Bazaar on December 1st and 2nd, and we are looking for crafters and artisans.
You're selling booth space? Is that what the deal
is?
Yes,
a table for $75 for both days.
Okay, very good. Any other things? We've got 10 seconds to go that need to be said about what's happening at the Beach Club, because it's really happening at the Beach Club.
We have Italian night that we're going to do half bottles of wine.
We have Taco Tuesdays now as well. We'll be having that, and we'll also have taco salads included as well now.
All right. And we got the Kiwanis Club meeting here every Thursday.
Absolutely, yes. And they're a lot of fun.
Don't miss it. It is at the Beach Club with Carolyn Allen and Jesse. Have a happy day. And as we close out today's podcast, special thanks to the number of people that were able to be on the air with us today, including the upcoming Senior Fair, which is, of course, Tuesday, October 3rd, 9 to 4, in the Convention Center in Chinook Woods Casino Resort. Remember, this year, $300 per hour is the drawing prize. And if your name is called, you're not present, next hour it rolls up to $600, and so it goes on and on and on and on. The Samaritan North Lincoln Hospital will be there, free health screenings, a number of immunizations, including flu shots and pneumonia shots, all important stuff. Admission to attend is absolutely free of charge. Also coming up October 5, sponsored again by, admittedly, yours truly, we've got Onstage Alaska. Holland America will be sending representatives of their Denali National Park to Lincoln City to put on a stage presentation about what it's like to vacation in Alaska. So it's on Stage Alaska. The event, again, is free of charge. It'll be at the Cultural Center, 6 o'clock, October 5. From the City Hall, October 3rd, 8 o'clock, we got Planning Commission regular meeting. 6 p.m. rather, not 8 p.m. On Wednesday, October 4th, is the Library Board at 3:30. And on Monday, October 9th at 6 p.m., Lincoln City City Council meets in regular session. The award winners potentially for the Lincoln City Chamber of Commerce have been announced. This is going to be an awards night coming up on November 4th. Now, who actually wins, we don't know yet. The voting is taking place as we speak. But the awards dinner will be November 4th, 6 o'clock. Tickets are on sale. It'll be at the Lincoln City Cultural Center, the award ceremony, prime rib dinner, and it's $80 per person, $600 for a table. Speaking of a table, you still have an opportunity to purchase a table for the Angels Anonymous Festival of the Trees. That's going to be coming up December 2nd, again in the Convention Center of Chinook Winds Casino Resort. Last but not least, I'd like to remind you of something that is frightening. Chapel by the Sea is going to do a hospitality training on commercial sex trafficking. This is primarily of children. So if you want more information on that, please get a hold of the Surfland Hotel and the Chapel by the Sea Presbyterian Church. Frightening subject, but it is critically important that we all become informed. And that will do it to the doings on the Double R Show. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share so you, your family, friends around the world and across the street can join us on the Double R Show. For Paul, I'm Roger. Have a happy day.
You've been listening to The Double R Show. Join Roger and Paul Robertson as they explore everything about North Lincoln County. The Double R Show, produced by Always Productions and hosted by Roger Robertson. Have a story? Email contact@alwaysproductions.com or call 458-201-3039. For The Double R Show, I'm Jana Grahn.